Okay, we got a little change of plans today. I'm been tasked to do some cutting up again. We're going to have, I hope this is good enough audio, put that right like that, and we're making green pea soup. Oh, take a look at the back of this thing. Yeah. There. It's quite a day already. What time is it?
Afternoon.
It's afternoon. We didn't get out of bed till 11. It's awesome. Take a look at it. That should be alright. So anyway, we're making green pea soup from the ham that we had at Christmas time that me and my wife couldn't eat. And I do like my green pea soup.
Let's see.
Yeah, that one.
Green.
You want? You want carrot? No, you want cheese? No. Don't do anything on the table, buddy. You know better. Storm just laid down. Ice hasn't moved from his key location. He kind of guards the kitchen at one end, and Storm guards the kitchen at, well, wherever he wants, because Storm's the alpha here. I'm kind of alpha. My wife's an alpha. And Ice wants to be an alpha, but he's not going to be. And so what I've done already is I cut the celery up. There's 2 cups. And somehow I got suckered into being the great cutter. She keeps complimenting me on how good I can cut the vegetables. So I guess I get stuck doing that. So you guys out there,
Hi guys.
be careful.
I'm back.
Yeah, great.
I guess I was asked to come back.
There you go, boys. You guys requested it. Suck it up.
Not even dressed. I'm in natural. I'm just, house coat, nightie, whatever. So we are doing 4 or 5 dishes today. And Bob is a much better cutter than I am. He's very organized.
I don't cut myself anymore.
So we're doing a split pea soup with a ham bone and ham. We had a ham at New Year's, so I froze the bone with ham on it, plus I saved a chunk of ham. It's really, really good. It's the spiral ham from Costco. Wonderful stuff. Anyway, so we're going to do that, have it for supper tonight, some of it. And we are also making oven fried rice with chicken, a casserole. We're doing a tuna noodle casserole. We're doing bruschetta. I don't know if any of you know, some of you may not know what bruschetta is, but it's basically it's a vegetable topping that we're going to cut up and marinate it, and we'll put it on pieces of baguette, slices of baguette, and
Yeah, you know, baguette.
French breadsticks, and we'll broil them under the oven with matzo cheese on top. They're beautiful.
She'll do anything for me to get salad.
And this is all great because we're getting rid of a lot of our old vegetables, which are still good, and especially celery. Celery, you know, people don't use that a lot, I find. But celery can go into a lot of the dishes I'm doing today.
It's a good thing I got dentures too, because it doesn't get caught up between your teeth.
So anyway, so we're doing some dishes, and maybe he can take you to the kitchen after. It's not the cleanest, organized kitchens right now. But we have the pot of split peas on right now, simmering with a ham bone. And that simmers for an hour and a half, and I put some spices in it and that kind of thing. There's a bay leaf in it, salt, pepper, thyme, onion, small onion chopped up, and like I said, ham with a good amount of ham bone with ham.
Lots of ham.
And there's 2 cups of split green peas. There's yellow peas you can buy too, but we prefer the yellow, or the green. And I soaked them last night overnight, like you do for baked beans. So I soaked them with about 2 inches of water above, and this morning they're lovely. So so we're doing these things today. I just find I don't want to be making meals every day, and I think a lot of women would agree with me, or even guys who cook a lot.
Yeah, but I like fresh every day.
Yeah, he does, but he's not
She
getting
makes
it.
wash tub full.
So we're gonna have leftovers, but I also give a little bit. I have an elderly mom. Tomorrow I'm bringing some meals to her, a little bit of everything. And she lives alone, and when you live alone, you really, I think this COVID thing, it really isolates people, especially those that are alone and elderly that can't get out as it is, or has difficulty to. So anyway, I'm going over to visit her tomorrow and bringing her some meals and so on. So I guess I'm categorized as a part of a caregiver, so I'm allowed to go.
You can take the 2 old birds in the Jeep.
Yeah. So anyway, so we're doing this today, a part of the day anyway, and so while he's cutting this up, I'll just have it all ready. And when I'm ready to do each casserole or soup or whatever, it'll all be ready. So we're just getting organized doing this. And I'll be right back. I'm just going to go to the kitchen here.
Okay.
And the dogs, they're laying on the floor here watching.
We just about got 2 cups of carrots done with the 2 cups of celery. And then what? Yeah. I'm kind of like the guy that Mom likes to be in charge. She likes to be the Henry Ford of the house. And I'm the factory worker, and I can't handle it when the factory comes to a halt waiting for a corporate decision. Actually, I get pretty worked up over that. Because I would rather be sitting in front of my computer doing important things.
By the way, he's just talking to say he's talking, and you're just trying to get me, and it's not working.
Get you what?
Pressing my buttons. It's not working, honey.
Tweak the knobs, you mean?
Yeah. Not working. Too bad.
So there's a little bit of a change up with me stumbling around. I gotta go get the garbage can later. But what a great night. This is day 6 without no heat in the house.
We're doing okay.
And we're making it. What I would like to buy is a fan to blow some heat down the hallway to where I sit in front of the computer. Yesterday, man, I was so cold. Here you go.
What's that?
Maybe a little more. These are carrots that we grew from our garden last year. They didn't turn out very good. Most of the people in New Brunswick didn't have very good carrots, from my understanding. And,
Give an extra knife there now.
nope. But we get zucchini here, fritter like this, that like that around. We got squash up the yin yang. Quite a bit of that went bad, but We don't like squash, but the dogs eat it. They love it. Not the rotten stuff. I cut that off. There we go. All right, what do you want now?
Okay, just that. Oh shoot, do that wrong place.
Onion?
Just a minute, Bob. I don't know.
See, the factory's come to a halt. And geez, snow to beat the band, and it's supposed to be sunshine today. Yesterday, trying to get some heat in the house, I opened up the, we got these louvered blinds upstairs, trying to get the sun to come in. Put the rack up.
Okay, I need you to cube up that ham.
Oh, yeah, just chunk it.
No, cube it for the soup, right?
Yeah, chunks, I want chunks.
I'll get you to get some more carrots.
Like this would be
Base
good for
now.
my bowl. Here, I
Okay.
can throw back in that bag if you want.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. And I'll take that and that's for soup later. So we have 2 cups of carrot, cubed fine, 2 cups of celery, cubed fine, and he's going to cut up the ham now.
Just like that, look.
This is all for the soup.
Look,
Yeah.
just like that.
I like it a little smaller.
And you cut it up.
Okay. See how he argues? He argues with me. Just gives me a hard time.
Just a waste of freaking time. I want chunks like this.
Yeah, but Bob, you eat it, you're not going to have any left in the soup.
I'll take it out of your bowl.
Okay, so you're going to do that. I'll be back here. What was I going to do something? Oh, this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix some red onion with the bruschetta. I love red onion, by the way, guys. I use a lot of baby onions, or green onions you call them here. But I do like green onion, or red onions. Especially the smaller, the sweeter, eh? But I'll give you half of that.
These knives are good knives for the kitchen.
Yeah.
They're made by Soligen. They're made in Germany.
Yeah.
And we bought, maybe 10 or more to a package.
Yeah. When we were overseas in the Middle East, they're great. They're just so good to cut with for a paring knife.
You got a serrated edge on it, and they don't go dull. They're not the greatest meat knife, but vegetable knives are really good. And I don't have to sharpen these ones. Oh, that was nice. Piece of ham. And these guys are lurking around waiting for anything that they can get their teeth into.
Smell the ham.
Tasty. I like lots of meat. My wife makes another dish. We call it hillbilly hash. It's macaroni and hamburger with
Tomatoes, stewed tomatoes,
stewed tomatoes,
tomato juice,
tomato juice,
salt,
salt, pepper,
and buttered crumbs on top.
and buttered crumbs on top with lots of
Oh, cheddar cheese.
cheddar cheese in
Cheddar
it.
cheese through it too, yeah.
I've always liked that ever since my mom made it.
Great for the arteries.
I think it's economical to make it. I don't know.
Well, not the price of cheese and hamburger today.
Yeah, true.
Nothing is.
Right
cheap.
now, pork is the cheapest thing you can buy in the
Yeah.
store.
I don't know where you all live, but here in New Brunswick, groceries have skyrocketed. We've always been really expensive compared to the rest of Canada. I understand, but just in the last year, I'm not sure how it has a relationship, I guess, with this COVID thing. But I was to the grocery store yesterday and I was just, I couldn't believe it. I paid, those little tubs. I forget this, I got it right here. One of these tubs of, oh, where did I put it? I don't even know if I got it, the chip dip thing. Oh yeah, there it is. This here, Philadelphia dips. It's herb and garlic. You can get different flavors. This size, which is not the biggest size, was nearly $5. $4 and something. I just about died. I didn't realize that, or I probably would have put it back. I bought hot dogs. They were supposed to be a special on 2 packs for $10. There was
$6.
no, there was only 8 hot dogs in each package. $10 for 16 hot dogs. So it's not like we're living in the Northwest Territories here. But anyway, this is how it is. Okay, chicken.
Okay, we should wash this then.
Yeah. Okay.
First.
Or flip it.
No, that's okay.
You can do the chicken on it.
Not with hand.
No? Okay, I'll do that.
I'll wash my hands.
Okay.
Gotta keep it clean here.
Then you can come back and we'll clean that. So yeah, groceries have really gone up, and we bought at Costco last week a large pork loin roast. Pork's the cheapest to buy right now. And for $23, the big one, for 2 of us, we chopped up in 4 sections, and we made chops. We cut cubes for some oriental stir fries or dishes, some strips for stir fries as well. And we have created, we froze it all in sections, 7 dishes for 2 people for $23 on that pork loin. So, you know, I think people are going to need to learn how to budget better, plan meals. I plan usually a week in advance or so many days in advance, and I try to use up what I do have in the house so there's no waste or very little to throw out. Like these mushrooms here, they're starting, but they're still okay to eat. And Bob did buy these dried mushrooms. Maybe you can bring the container here, Bob, when you get a minute.
What?
Just bring me the, please, the,
Mushrooms?
yeah, that container, the dehydrated mushrooms.
That was $10, I think, for that.
$10. Yeah, I know, but can I see it for a minute?
Yeah, it's as soon as I get there. Hold on to your horses there.
Yeah. So this is, there's 4 types of mushrooms in there. I can't see it unless I look at it myself.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah. Anyway, this comes from Costco too. Dry gourmet mushroom mix.
Alright.
There are 4 types.
Here first this time. Get the factory, keep the factory workers going.
I may as well do the veggies first, right?
Yeah, what do you want?
I'll start with those cut up fine. And so it says here, oyster mushrooms, portobello, porcini, and yellow bullets. I've never heard of them. But anyway, and you rehydrate them. You just rinse the mushrooms in lukewarm water, then place in a small bowl and fill with hot water. You soak them for 25 minutes and then drain. And that's about it. And anyway, so we're going to try them because you know how mushrooms, they go quick if you don't use them up right away. So we're going to try this way. This is a good way to have extra storage to stock up. And so we're going to try them. This company's been in business for 100 years, so they must know a little bit of what they're doing. So so we're going to try these too. Okay, I'm going to just see what you're cutting there. I'm going to keep track. Okay, I'll take away. This is for the soup, this, and this. Okay.
So I'll be shoveling out there later. I don't like that part.
I think you just have to clear out the steps in that today.
Yeah, I'm not going to do the big snow blower thing here.
No.
this
celery.
container.
Okay, now for celery, we need 1 cup of celery. I figure that's about a cup, so.
Oh, that's what, I can only cut what I
Yeah.
get.
So this is what he's cutting up here is oven fried rice. You can add shrimp with it, you can add chicken with it.
I've got a good recipe too, and if I
Beef.
could interject here.
Sure.
You brown the chicken, you cook up the rice, you put the rice in the bottom of the casserole dish, you put the chicken that's pretty well cooked on top of it, and then you put chicken noodle soup over, pour that over top of it. It's good. Okay.
So a cup of celery, roughly a cup of celery. So he's got 3 chunks of celery going on there. Half a cup of peppers, and they say green peppers. I just mix some colored pepper here. And 1 cup.
Peppers are expensive.
Yeah, I think I'm going to give you a little bit more pepper here. There.
Oh, muscles on that broad.
I'm telling you. Hands are made for something. Okay. Hey, I know what men think. We're online here. Half a green pepper, 1 cup of
We're
celery.
live, you know.
Are we live? Oh, we're live. 1 large onion. So I gave you 2 because they wanted a large, right?
Yeah.
So okay. So just put all that in together. Oh, the mushrooms too.
Never.
But the mushrooms I find they're a little too thick, so can you thin them off?
No. I'll figure it
Or
out.
cut them in half or something. I mean, mushrooms shrink up anyway, but, okay.
I got the sliced mushrooms because I hate freaking cutting freaking mushrooms. They're dirty things.
It's a fungus.
That's right.
I need for celery chicken. And you can add, after all those veggies, you can even put the cut up chicken in there if you wanted to.
In here?
Yeah, because it's all going to be thrown in as a casserole.
How big are the pieces of chicken?
I don't want big pieces, small little pieces to go through it.
Alright, just like that.
Yeah. Yeah, close to that, yeah.
Okay.
So he does a really good job of cutting. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you've got the camera focused good enough. But he's got it down pretty good there. Just like the pros, you know how they keep their fingers in, so tucked in so they don't cut their fingers. And
I haven't done that in a while. I usually get the end of my thumb.
some of you guys could learn from this, you know. Your wives or girlfriends would love it. Yeah.
Well, my girlfriend does it all.
You know, a relationship should be team effort. I mean, it's never exactly 50-50, but, you know, I think we can all learn to help
That's
each other. I shovel outside. I
was
do
gonna
things
say that.
outside. Yeah, I do a lot outside.
Doesn't much do the wood though.
Gardening, I help
Doing
them.
that.
Yeah, I help them a little bit, bringing brush back to burn. A lot of pruning and cutting outside. We're busy in spring and fall. Summer's a little too hot and buggy here. But, so I try to do...
You don't know what bugs are till you come up here
Yeah.
to Canada in the summertime.
They start literally the long weekend in May.
Which is the 3rd weekend.
And they don't finish till the 3rd week of August. So a good solid 3 months, and we go through several types of bugs.
Black flies first.
And then the horse flies at the very end kind of thing.
Well, that's next.
And
And
then,
then the mosquitoes kind of come, but they're not too bad except for in the evening.
yeah, because we're high and dry, they're more in bog and wet area and more.
Down where the beavers
But
are.
the worst ones are the ones that really sting at the end there.
The horse flies or the deer flies they call them here. They're just freaking,
Yeah,
they take a chunk out of you.
they hurt. So we've experimented with all kinds of bug sprays and ointments and creams and God knows what. Even put Downy Bounce in our pockets, and but there's nothing 100% proof, eh?
They can drive you nuts out in the woods.
I can see how animals just must go stir crazy sometimes. The deer and the moose just shaking themselves, and the bears, whatever. Yeah, must be crazy. not gonna need, that'll go with the tuna noodle after this one here. Isn't that pretty, all those colors? I was gonna ask you, what are these here for? They're knobs, from what?
Top of the lampshades.
Oh, I didn't know they were porcelain, I thought they were wood all along. I wouldn't have known they were
Yeah,
there.
keep banging away at it.
Yeah. We're getting our bedroom lampshades fixed.
Oh, that was a pepper.
We bought them overseas and a different electricity over there, right? And I don't know, anyway, one burned out and the other's malfunctioning. So we didn't want another blowout, so we're getting an electrician to gut them and replace all of the electrical. Yeah.
They'll use speaker wiring over there, which is the real thin wiring. I'm not sure what gauge that is, but it's pretty lightweight stuff. And what ends up happening is it gets too hot. Plus, you should tell them too,
What's that?
for LED,
What about it?
to make sure that it's wiring for LED light bulbs.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that goes, but most things fit for LED light, I think. But I'm not an electrician, Bob, I can't comment on that too
Me
much.
either.
No. I've got to check the dog meat. That's another thing, how we do our dog meat and things. But I'm just boiling right now. I've got to go check it. Some organ meats. I never give it raw to the dogs because you just don't know. I'd rather boil it. Yeah, and so I'm boiling it right now, and I'm going to let it cool. And I freeze in chunks. And the broth that's left, the dogs will slurp it up after. So I don't put, it's not too much goes to waste. And I boil up ground turkey for them. They love tuna and salmon, all kinds of things. They eat kibble, which I'm not crazy on this kibble thing because God knows what's really all in it. But I top up with veggies and meats, organ meats, fish, that kind of thing, a little bit in the morning. They have plain yogurt sometimes, a little bit of coconut oil for their skin and fur. We try to feed them healthy as much as possible. I mean, there's scraps after supper or something. They may get a little bit, just sprinkled on top of their food, but it's usually not something I just don't give them anything from the food.
They get about this much each off of the end of a sausage that I'll save off my plate for them as a treat.
Yeah, and they think it's great. So, and knock on wood, for two big boys like that, I've never had an issue for them to take anything off a table or a counter. Mind you, you can never trust, right? But they've been very good that way, to wait, and we don't let them beg at the table. They lay down and they wait.
Just like the way they are
Yeah,
now.
we'll eat first and then they'll eat after, and that's how it should be. We're first, they're second. Because if not, they'll think they're first in everything and become very alpha. So they need to know we're alpha in a lot of ways, even though sometimes not Ice, but Storm will test his leadership or want that leadership.
Like sometimes they'll have a big hard on to get outside to chase something, and I'll make them sit, and I won't open up the door. They can't open it up by themselves. So as soon as they sit, then I'll open up the door and let them go.
Yeah.
And that takes away that leadership thing there, showing them that I'm the boss.
Yeah. Do you want to bring the camera over for a minute to show them the meat I'm boiling in the soup, and then you can come back?
Oh, I love it.
Because I've got to take the meat off right now.
Alright, so there's the two boys there. They're camped out on the floor. So here we go.
Okay.
Mind the wallpaper.
They look a little dried up, but this is a liver. This is a beef liver, I think. This is from
Kidneys.
No, I think it's,
Pancreas then.
no, it's
No.
liver, but it's from
Sheep?
deer or moose we got from somebody not long ago.
Oh.
So in that broth, I'm going to give the boys after. They're going to love it.
Yeah, once it cools
So,
off.
I'm just going to put them over here.
And here's the pot.
And right now, I'm just simmering the ham bone.
Push the kettle back. We're in the back.
I can't, it's so hot right now.
That's okay.
It's the ham bones. You see the peas? The
Now
mushy peas.
the dogs won't get this bone either.
Yeah.
Because they can eat a bone
Okay.
and they can demolish it. What else you want?
Yeah. And that's it. This is the only room in the house we haven't remodeled yet. So that's why you see the wallpaper or whatever was on here.
We haven't.
So we're going to do this hopefully in the next year or so, but I really want to think about how I want to do it. This and the pantry. We have a nice pantry here in the hall.
I wanted to put a fridge and a freezer in there, and they sell a commercial-sized one that would fit that whole thing.
Yeah.
But she says no.
It's just too far away, yeah. So anyway, that's the area we've redone most of the house except this section here. I think we're going to open up this wall on the right. And so we'll open it up to the dining room.
And make this like one big kitchen and dining room.
Yeah, and just have extra
This is
space.
the original.
Fridge. It's still working.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, see, look at the snow outside. It's just light, fluffy flakes, but yeah.
Yeah. It adds up.
Yeah, it adds up. Okay, continue. You're doing a great job, Bobby. Let's get this going.
It's Mr. Bob to you.
Mr. Oh, you're not Mr. Bob to me. Okay, so if you can add, I guess, the mushroom to that. Let me think. You're doing, that's for the tuna noodle, I think. Or no, that's the oven fried rice. There's too much going on here. Yeah. Yeah, and then after just add I think you could put the chicken in with it. If you can't, put the chicken in this after or whatever, or in the baggie.
Chicken's going to be going.
You know what?
Both sides.
Put the chicken back in the baggie after when you're done. How's that?
Fine.
That makes sense.
Is that still blinking?
Okay.
It's a little
Hey,
cockeyed there.
Storm, that's veggies. Storm, look, Mama, look. It's snowing out. It's snowing. Don't you touch that. Those are snowmen. He's a good boy. Sit for Mama.
Storm will bop those things with his nose.
Good boy.
Bop it.
Mwah. He's a good boy. This guy's the alpha, okay? I'm very respectful of the breed. I'm respectful of him. I know when I need to give him his space. He'll let me know. He gives you signals very quickly.
Get your hands up.
Yeah. Like right now I can put my hand here, that kind of thing. I gotta wash my hands here now, but now the other guy we can do anything with. There's not an issue whatsoever. But this guy, he's true to his breed. He's very much a guard dog.
We wipe them off when they come into the house so they don't shake themselves off. And he will, if he doesn't want it, he'll walk away. Or if you hold him back and you try to dry him off with the towel, he'll take the towel.
Yeah.
And then you can't do it.
And he's quick as lightning.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, but he's a good dog. And you know, they're a working dog too, and I don't know, did you do a video? No, we haven't done really a video with them pulling the sleds.
It's hard to run the camera, even if it's on my head, and look after the dogs and all that other stuff.
I know, but if I was with you, maybe we could.
Well,
yeah. But anyway, they can really pull. They're about, I don't know what they weigh, roughly.
120.
Yeah. We'll know in the spring. We take them to the vet for their needles or checkups, whatever, so they weigh them then. But anyway, they can pull 3 times their weight. So technically, if we had, one of them could pull at least 300 pounds. I don't think I'd go max with them. But together they can pull 600. So, you know, now, you get a bunch of wood going or whatever, and they can pull a lot of that for us.
That's the idea.
Yeah. Because it's year-round cutting the wood that falls down after a storm. We've got 100 acres here, and most, well, what, 90% is forest. So we're always cutting trees up and
Or blowing them down.
yeah, they get blown down, or they die, they fall over.
I was chatting with my son last night. I got him to come, well, hopefully he'll come over, and he's good for his word.
Oh.
And we're going to cut down the poplar trees up on the top of the property, which is out down where you see me cutting before. We're going to knock those down now because they don't have any sap in the, all the sap is in the roots. Then I can go out there later with the dogs and or the cart off the lawnmower and drag it all back and split it. And that's fall and spring wood, the poplar, because it doesn't have the same amount of BTUs that the real hardwoods have, like the maples and the oak.
Well, they last twice as long, if not 3 times longer to burn, right?
Yeah. So last night I got up at 5 to let the dogs out.
Yeah.
I filled the fireplace up, and 5 or 6 hours later, it was still producing some heat, and then I just filled it up again. The problem with not having any heating system right now is that that's all we're depending upon. So we have to stay home to be able to keep the heat in the house, or it'll freeze solid, and then that's it, we're screwed. More or less, because the pipes will freeze, they'll break. And then
well, we're supposed to get a polar vortex next week too, I guess.
and it's gonna get, we're supposed to be going down like minus 15, 20 or something like that coming. And for those of you that are watching over in Europe, that's extremely cold, but it's not as cold as it gets here. Here the temperature this winter has been awesome. We've had pretty close to 0, minus 10 at night, quite consistently. I think today it's supposed to go up to 4 degrees, but I don't know, it doesn't look like it. Okay, that one's done.
It looks done, okay.
There, waste not, want not.
I'll get you later, get more carrots, and I'll just keep a bunch in here, right?
Okay, well I got vegetables going here.
Okay, I'll take this.
What about this one now?
Okay, hang on, I gotta think here. Where's the cover for this? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. These are great too, this Tupperware stuff, it just seals up here really well. Now this, and where's the chicken? Did you cut that?
No.
Oh, I need the chicken.
Yeah, well, after.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the vegetables and then I can watch.
Okay, I'll put this here because I know it goes with that.
Oh.
Okay, now you are doing.
More onion.
Okay, let me think it out here. Hang on.
Management.
Yeah, management. I gotta keep him on the straight and narrow. I just need, well, okay, a 1/4 cup of the chopped onion there. So take the smaller piece, I guess.
That's not a 1/4 cup. That's not a 1/4 cup
Is
altogether,
it?
probably.
Oh no, geez, no.
Okay, I'll give you a little one. There was 2 here. What do you want?
I don't know, just chop that one for starters.
For what? Into what?
Small pieces like you did before. And just put it, and just put it all in the, I'll put it in the foil again.
I watched the East Indian guy chopping onions, and he showed you how to do it all the different ways. Do you think I could remember that? Kelly Welly, eh? Oops.
And I'll just get you some small thing for that to put,
Here, I got an empty container where the mushrooms were.
No, I don't need that
Okay.
Now I need shredded cheese,
No.
2 cups.
Onion.
No, I don't need that any for some reason. I don't know what happened. But.
Okay, this plate now.
Okay, that's for bruschetta. So
Okay.
cut all very, very fine, all of it.
Yeah.
I don't know how this got mixed up in here with the onion. Let me see.
I do this every day, you guys.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He has a good life. He's got it good, let me tell you.
She likes to think that.
I know it. I'll just put this, I don't know why I have this extra one. I don't know, maybe there's something else I'm doing or, I don't know.
There, I just gotta throw it all in there.
In where? Yep, that works. Yeah, because it all gets mixed up anyway, yeah. We might have to show you the before and after baking dishes, maybe. Bob's up to it.
Maybe I'll take some pictures and add it in at the end.
Yeah, there's an idea. We're working together, see?
Yeah.
We'll do wonton soup one day. How's that?
Or wonton we make here.
Yeah. And I could actually use some of that pork that we cut up, eh? Put a little bit, the sliver.
Chunks.
Yeah.
Chunks. I don't like the friggin' fine ground food. Okay.
All fine, all of it. Just cut it all fine, because that's for to put on the bruschetta, right? Bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's your dad.
Yeah. And this is good just for a finger food or something. I mean, there's all veggies already on it. You got your protein with your cheese and your bread, like just that and you want a bowl of soup, you want a little bit of but just that is filling alone a few pieces of bread with.
I don't do a lot of cooking around here.
Hmm?
I can cook, but I just don't do it. I'd rather starve to death.
Oh, gee.
She'll get me TV dinners because I just can't be bothered. But
I
I can't cook.
Or no, I leave you leftovers.
Yeah, that too.
I leave you a meal or two.
She's pretty good that way. She won't go out with making sure that I'm going to survive till she gets back. The one thing about the bruschettas that I don't like, the first bite's the good bite, and the rest, then all the stuff falls off. You need to put a little piece of cheese on the bottom of it to hold it all in there.
I do, Bob, I do.
Oh.
It's the art of eating it.
You know, I can't get my mouth open that big.
Oh dear. 15 more minutes and then we'll have to debone. And you can do that. How's that? Next.
About what?
The ham. Take the ham
Oh,
meat
that
off.
stuff.
I know, but you can do that. I'm going to do some kitchen counter cleaning after I get stuff together.
Alright.
And start cleaning upstairs. And
I got wood to do again.
yeah, we've got chores.
Oh, take a look at the fireplace, see what's going on there. Please. It's always good to make your orders, but say please. They're more apt to do it without conflict. What do you got happening there? Oh, she's
There's a little flame on one wood, but it's getting pretty charcoal, you know.
time to add some more soon.
Yeah. But you gotta be careful. The floor it's getting damaged.
Huh?
The floor's getting damaged around.
From what?
From probably wood falling. There's a big chunk out of wood now.
That was there before. That was
No.
last winter.
No, I know. No. It's new to me.
Yeah, whatever. last winter, for those of you guys that understand this, lugging in the wood, sometimes you want to carry in more. You didn't see that. What? Sometimes you have to carry in more because you don't want to carry in wood. You know, if you can make 5 trips, that's out in the garage, grab a load of wood with your arms, bring it in. It takes about 5 trips. Well, if you can do it in 4, that's even better. But the problem is you got the friggin' armful here, and you got one big piece in here. When you bend down, the top piece slides off when you're trying to throw that one in. And then it hit the floor, and it hit it just right to put a nice dent in it. That's okay. The thing is, you got a choice. You can fix it, or you can ignore it, or you can just fall in love with it. And I choose to do the latter. I don't care about a lot of things anymore. When you start caring about too many things, it gets overwhelming, it gets petty. So what the hell?
You've always been like that.
Yeah, maybe. But no point in being petty. Okay, now we're down to this part. This is going to make a big mess.
Well, I thought I've got 2 tomatoes and I've really got to eat them up, right? Because they're getting pretty, you don't need this or this anymore, eh? This stuff?
Wait, just leave everything where it is.
Okay.
What the hell, don't have to watch the video on this one. There you go.
We compost everything as well.
Yeah. You see that, like when I go out into the garage, there's a little garbage can down there.
We just keep usually like a bigger stainless steel bowl than this, but we just throw everything in here from banana peel to onions, skin to whatever.
Organics.
And we just fill it, it's filled and we dump it and it goes to the gardens. So, yeah, and egg shells, you know, anything that can compost.
You don't put eggshells in there.
Yeah, sometimes I do.
Oh, you're lazy.
No, eggshells, I'm going to start doing that. I've crushed up enough I need now. I use a lot of eggshells in the holes for tomatoes. It's good in calcium, so many other nutrients for the plants. But they're scattered too throughout the garden, eggshells. There's so much we don't have to throw. We only throw out about 1/4 of our garbage now. If we don't recycle, we compost.
We have about a half a bag of garbage most of the time.
And the guy comes, once a month for the
Recycle.
recycle.
And I only give a bag of plastics and a bag of paper. But I save all the cardboard to get the big fire lit outside. I like to get, if it quits snowing long enough and the sun come out and melt the snow off the top of it, I might go out there because I use my, the wagon on the lawnmower. That's the winter recycle center.
I think we're good. I got celery down for the.
Yeah, I just got down to, what do you want with this friggin' cheese now?
2 cups of shredded cheese. That goes with the tuna noodle.
Okay.
then I'll just get you to put that in that blue container after.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. And we should be good. I just got to get it all together after and bake all that this afternoon, and we'll have some leftovers for a few days. Well, it'll be fresh when you get it, you know, fresh enough.
Alright.
I don't even know if we need all that tomato, but we'll use it.
Yeah, this knife, I've been cutting with it steady, and it still can cut a pretty decent tomato. When I was a kid, I hated tomatoes, I hated oranges. I don't like fresh tomatoes so much, but if you cook the tomato, it's yummy. Same thing with beets. I'd only eat pickled beets when I was a kid, or beet greens. Beet greens is the top part of the plant that comes out of the ground. If you sow the beets fairly heavy, you have to thin them, and when you thin them, when they get about this big, they're delicious. The beet greens. Just wash them off as best as you can.
Boil them.
And boil them, and they're really good.
Or steam them.
Oh.
And a little bit of butter and
There we go.
perfect. Okay. That's good for bruschetta.
Okay, a second. You can take this, and I'll use this.
Yeah.
That's why I want you to take this.
I can only do so much here.
Yep. Okay, we must be getting close to the end of the video here.
Got the ham bone after.
Chicken. Cheese first. I don't like doing this.
What?
Grating cheese.
Those big fingers.
Who's there?
Come here.
Who's in the window? Go look.
It's okay.
Okay.
Now.
Good boy. Good boy. Thanks for letting us know. Oh yeah. No. Don't touch. Go see mom. Go see mom. Go see mom. There's your cheese.
Already?
Yes, sir. Bob.
Boys, you're quick. She's quick.
Forget flying here.
Okay, perfect. I will wrap the rest up.
Here.
Oh, you gotta have a piece for yourself.
Yeah.
Good old her. I need the plastic and elastic, please. Right there. Thanks.
Okay, where's this go?
Chop it up fine and put it in here. Or put it back in the baggie. It's fine. Put it back in the bag. I'll take that stuff away. And that's gonna go in with the tuna. Or not the tuna, the rice dish. And that rice dish is so handy because you can, add a salad with it. You can add dumplings with it, spring rolls, egg rolls, whatever. You probably feed 8 people easily. So, yeah. And the tuna noodle probably can feed, 6 people comfortably. Yeah. This is just boneless chicken I'm putting in.
Yeah.
You can do so much with boneless chicken. I buy a lot of boneless chicken. You can do.
I can understand why people are raising chickens now.
Yeah. Well, that's not even cheap because the feed, and everything. A lot of people are free ranging though too now.
I think if we were going to get chickens, we'd have to put a chicken coop inside where the dog's fence is, and then build a fence inside of that to protect the chickens from the dogs. Although these are guardian dogs for wildlife, or not wildlife, but they will look after chickens and such. But these guys, they'll eat them, I think.
Well, if you train them proper, they'll take care of chickens well. Generally
They
speaking.
might.
Now.
Alrighty. Oh, I think this is like the first cooking video we've done here. Actually.
If they want to do more, let us know.
Yeah, if you want more, let us know, because you can only watch me shovel so much or dragging wood in.
But we could do a recipe together, or yeah.
Yeah, we'll do stuff. Sometimes it's not so easy though. If I'm not in the mood for it, I'm not very cooperative. Now, don't forget to share this video with some of your friends. We got 440 subscribers right now. And not everybody will. It doesn't seem that I have very many young listeners or subscribers. I don't look at. I look at more of you as friends, actually, new friends. Some of you guys, or some of you folks, ladies too, are becoming more friends as we share more about our lives and stuff like that to each other. Chicken. Man, these guys are sleeping today. This doesn't happen very often, that we get these boys all settled down. This is the first time we've slept in that late, the both of us.
Well, you were up though at 5 too.
Yeah, I was up at 5, and
For a while.
if we get another puppy,
If
I'll be up for the next 6 months.
just like a human baby.
Yeah. And my wife will do it once on occasion, because I'll start getting grumpier as it gets going on here. And then she'll get up and I'll get to sleep in once. And I don't sleep during the day. Once I'm up, I'm up.
Oh, you doze off.
Yeah, I have a fine act that I play in my office chair, trying not to fall out. And about 6 months ago or so, the chair broke, and I had to sit in one of these things for a few months while we waited for the part to come in. I broke the bottom of the chair, leaning back, petting the dog, scratching him. And when you scratch ice, he keeps moving farther back. So I kept on leaning farther back, and then finally the weld let go. And there I was on the floor. Lucky we didn't gouge a great big chunk out of the floor. So that chair I paid dearly for, and it sat in my mother-in-law's basement for 13 years while we were overseas. I do miss the heat though. Here you go, Buttercup.
Okay.
I refer to my wife as Bubbles, by the way.
Only when he's in a good mood with me.
So
Wait, now, leave this here, right?
I'm done.
No, I'm gonna put the ham bone up to cool here, so you can do that later,
Well,
okay?
here, give me another container or another top.
Okay.
I don't just. Oh, jeez.
Here. Here's another one here.
Oh, the big, giant-sized drop.
Yeah, so I'll bring the ham bone over. Get yourself in there, you're waiting. Can't be that.
I gotta wash my hands. No, they're okay, they're good. Be right back, I just gotta wash my hands. Again.
There's anything like it. Okay, so let's do this. Woo-wee. And the boys' eyes are wide open right now because they get a whiff of this. Not a lot of ham on there, but there's some. So we'll let that cool and he'll cut it off after. And we'll add that ham with the ham he cut up earlier into the soup. And we'll have soup for supper. It takes a while to do, but it's really worth doing. It's a really great recipe, this one. I've tried others, but this is the best. And so anyway, Bob, this might take, 10, 15 minutes to cool off here.
I'll do it right now.
Yeah, it's hot.
It's okay.
Okay, you'll need another
It's okay,
knife.
piece of paper towel will not hurt.
Do you want,
Is there a knife there?
no, I didn't bring a knife. Do you want to put this ham in the other bag of ham, or?
No. I'll just put it right back on the plate.
Okay.
That's okay.
Is that okay?
I want to get all these little jobs done so that I can start lugging wood. Let's see here. When I was younger, I used to be a meat cutter. Ooh, that's hot. We used to cut up, I think it was 23 semi-trailer loads of beef every single day. And that was probably, when I was younger, that was one of my most favorite jobs. But what screwed it up, I probably would have been still there, was my oldest daughter got salmonella, probably picked it up from me, and the Department of Health said I couldn't work there until she was clear. So after after a while, I decided I'd go back to school, and I became a power engineer. I've had many kinds of jobs over the course of my lifetime. There you go. But I think it's a pretty powerful saw that cut that. Hey, done.
Really?
Yep,
You got
really.
it all? Wow, we got quite a bit of meat. But we gotta cut it up though, the meat, because that's gotta go in the soup. Yeah.
Well, throw a big chunk of that in there for me.
I know, but most of it.
Throw a big chunk in there for me.
Please.
There you go. Done. There you go.
When
Done.
he's done, he's done. You can't get any more from him.
That's right. I'm done. That's right. Better hot than cold.
Oh, I get that marrow up.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, use a hook, like a... Here, I'm done.
Okay, is your camera on?
Yeah, I will in a minute. So, thanks very much for coming along for the ride. Oh, gotta let the dog out. Oh, he doesn't want out.
Not right now.
No, they're eating.
Want out? Wait.
And somebody remarked about the this great big mirror. Let's see how much you can see in here. This is great. We got this mirror and brought it back from the Middle East.
From India, and shisha wood.
Yeah, it's made from shisha wood. No sheep.
From
No shisha, eh?
Shisha.
I'll just show you a couple of things. This is an old milk can. I don't know if this thing's here friggin' old. She sticks this red orcha or whatever, something like that in there. We just cut it off the property and stick it in there. People pay good money for that kind of dumb stuff. And then my father-in-law made that little horse. Yeah, and here's something you don't see every day. This is where we used to put we had the bright idea of putting the dogs in there and turn that into a kennel. Storm stayed in there for a couple of months, and then it was just like a cartoon. I tried to get him in there one night, and he went spread eagle, and you couldn't put him in there. He had a paw on one side and paw on the other side, and there was no way he was going to go in there. Ice has been in there maybe once, so we don't bother anymore. We get some kids come over there, and they play in there, and although it does look like it locks, you can open it up from inside because it doesn't really lock. If the dog was smart enough, he could slide that open. And from here, if we wanted to clean it out, we can open it up from there, and you can get in here like that. But it's just a waste of space now. It was a bright idea. What I'd like to do in there is gut that all out of there and have drawers put in here so you could have some more storage. Anyway, so that's it for today. We'll just give you a little peek of what's going on out there. It's warm enough that it's melting, so that's not too bad. But I just got to go into the garage and start lugging it. And I got to go up there and get that friggin' garbage can. So anyway, thanks for coming along. Hope you really enjoyed this one video. It's a little different than the usual videos. And y'all have a great day. And we'll see you soon.